Hello and welcome back. I have a new bit of wisdom for you today. Please like, please subscribe if you enjoy being here and you want more content. I share a video or a podcast episode every single week, and so I would love for you to subscribe and like my videos so I can get the word out to more people. But today we are talking about questions. And the kind of questions that you are asking yourself as you go through your life, as you go through your day, as you go through your week. I, back in the day, was that person that used to say to myself, why is this always happening to me? Why do I always mess up like this? This is so unfair. It's not my fault. Why do I always do this? And it was always, why do I? And those questions are disempowering questions. And if you're asking yourself disempowering questions constantly, right, your reticular activating system, which is something I've talked about before, is going to go off and it is going to look around your world and it is going to look for things in your life to prove to you why those questions that you are asking are true. So if it's why does this always happen to me, your brain is going to go off and it's going to show you why this always happens to me, right? Because that is what is the truth. That is what happens in life. And so the trick, if you want to get better answers, if you want to change your life, if you want to do better things, you have to learn to ask better questions. So instead of, to give you some examples, instead of getting up in the morning and the first thing you say is like, oh my God, what's going to go wrong today? No, what is going to go right today? And then your brain, instead of showing you all the things that are going to go wrong, your brain is going to show you all the ways that things are going to go right, because it has to. Instead of what is wrong with me, which is one of the ones I used to do all of the time, what is right with me? It's a much nicer question. Instead of why is my life such a mess? Why is my life so wonderful? Or show me why my life is wonderful. Or even, how can I make my life better? So instead of, maybe you don't believe that, maybe you believe your life is a mess, right? And maybe you don't believe that why is my life wonderful? It doesn't ring true with you. So instead of why is my life a mess, how can I make my life better today? It's just a more empowering question to ask yourself, and it literally makes your brain go off and find ways that you can make your life better today. It has to. Instead of why do I always mess up? How do I stop myself doing this next time? How can I make my life better? How can I look for the lessons in this? It's not why me? It's how can I? How do I make this better? How can I make this better? They are empowering questions, and just asking yourself those things of a morning, they will make your day much smoother. They will make you look for things that show you that there are good things in your life. And when you start to notice good things, when you start to notice the positives, you'll get shown more and more of those things instead. So what I would love, I want you to do an exercise with me this week, and I want you to craft yourself 3 really good quality empowering questions that you are going to ask yourself in the morning and at night, to start your brain going off to look for the answers, right? So instead of what's wrong with me, what's right with me? Why is it so hard for me to do? Fill in the blank. Why is it becoming easier for me to? fill in the blank. Why does this always happen? How can I change things so that this happens instead? Good quality. How can I questions, not why does this always questions. Say them in the morning, say them in the evening. How does my life get better than this? What would it take for me to love myself more? What would it take for me to bring abundance in my life and see the evidence? What would it take for me to change? Blah, 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 whatever it is. Ask yourself those type of questions instead and go off and look for the answers. And the answers will come just in snippets and moments. You might get a feeling. You might just get a knowing. You might be sat in a meditation and you might hear a voice. You might hear your higher self or the universe give you the answer. But when you've asked these better, more empowering questions, your job then is to actually actively look and be ready to receive the answers to those questions. And I promise you they're always there. The answers are always within you. They always have been and they always will be. But we are so caught up in the negative cycles and the critical questions that we forget to look. And we forget to trust. And we forget that we know what to do. Our higher self is always there, taking our hand and guiding us. We've just forgotten how to listen to her or him. We've forgotten to listen for our answers. And so that is what I would love for you to do this week. Craft 3 amazing, empowering questions and ask them first thing in the morning and last thing at night, in the AM, in the PM, whenever it feels right for you and whenever you feel called to ask yourself the questions. Set a reminder on your phone. Have a little alarm that goes off and flashes the questions at you, or just, something that a song maybe that you set to play at a certain time in the morning and the evening, and that's your reminder to ask yourself your empowering questions. Start to ask them, start to notice, start to listen, and you will get sent your answers. And I promise you, the more you see the good, the more good you will get sent, and the easier it will be to believe in yourself, to trust in your intuition, to connect to your higher self, and to be given the answers that you always need. That's my challenge to you for this week. If you choose to accept it, please let me know in the comments below, what are your 3 empowering questions? What are you going to ask yourself? What are you going to change? And what are you going to bring in to your life? I would love to know. That's it for this week. This is quite deep, but it's life-changing. If you can start asking yourself powerful questions instead of the negative, why me? Why is this happening? Why does this always happen to me questions? Life gets better, I promise you. So I'll see you next week. Please like, please subscribe, join my free community on Facebook, stay in touch. Let me know what your better questions are below, and I'll see you next week. Bye.